I've never worn an electronic device in my performance as a major league player. And so we put together a little panel here of just people from different sports. Obviously, all of sports deal with this sort of thing. Because there's two ways of looking at it. One of them is the legendary phrase that originated in NASCAR, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But there's a line. In everything, there's a line. So I would ask you, and Lewis, I'll start with you as sort of the senior statesman of the group. At what point do you know where that line?
He called you the oldest.
Just really
That's what he did. He just called you the oldest.
He kind of threw me off. I don't even know what the question was. I was like, what? What are you talking about? No, I got you. Where do you draw the line? Look.
How do you know when a line has been? This is one thing. Okay. You know, some things are okay, and then some things are not.
Yeah, I think when it comes to it is this: when your opponent already knows what you're going to do from a scheming, strategizing standpoint, I think that is something that now obviously directly points to the integrity of the game that everyone talks about, and that's something that I think a lot of us would have a problem with. If you're better than me physically, athletically, that's one thing. If you know what I'm going to do, then, I mean, what's the point of really competing? It's not really competition in the truest sense. You already know what I'm going to do, and that's where people get angry. Do not cheat me of the ability to be able to out-scheme you or out-strategize you. If you can out-athlete me, that's one thing, and I think that's where you start to cross the line.
I don't mind gaining a competitive advantage as long as it exists within the human realm. Dan Orlovsky's at quarterback. He steps up to the line. He makes a check. I'm at middle linebacker. I listen to the check. Okay, coach, he just said lasso, lasso. I go to the defensive side. Hey, when he says lasso, it means we're running stretch left. That's fine. When you can get a competitive advantage within a human element, I don't mind. That exists. I have an issue, Greeny, Laura, when you start to take that advantage beyond the human membrane, beyond the human existence. That's when I think it crosses.
Technology is what you're saying.
Yes.
Technology is the difference.
Yes. Cheating is cheating. But I will tell you this. From somebody who has not been a fan of baseball his entire life, it's been basketball and football. I've only started to pay attention to baseball since I came to this network. I am way more inclined now, watching all this stuff happen, to pay attention to baseball more so than I ever have been in my life. Than I ever have been in my life. I'm going to pay attention to every little nug, every little hand. I don't know what anything means anymore.
Yeah, Dan, here's my question about this, because I think at the end of the day, and this is an ancillary point, but the Astros are one of the most talented teams in all of baseball, no matter what, before any of this happens. How would you describe maybe the temptation that could be there, even for the most talented players and coaches in various games?
Because this is what you've been working for your whole life, to go hoist the trophy. And that is the mountain that you always want to climb. Let me say this. If the investigation shows that there was buzzing and all this cheating going on, the World Series title should be taken away. Because did you cheat? Yes. Did your cheating allow you to gain the success that is the ultimate thing? Did it allow you to gain that benefit? The benefit of cheating is to achieve success.
Correct.
Did that cheating allow you to do that? Yes. So can I prove to you that you would have never done it without the cheating? No. But I can prove that you achieved the ultimate because of the cheating aspect. If that's the case, the World Series title should absolutely be vacated. Rob Manfred can't go, don't do the Apple Watch. And then he can't go, nope, don't do the cheating with all the technology, and go, we're just going to suspend you from a year.
I have two issues with what you said, Dan. The first issue is, even if you vacate it, the players already celebrated. The rings have already been put on fingers. The bonuses have already been accrued and been acquired. And secondly, you walk a hairy and fine and finical line if you start to say any wins that have been acquired because of cheating have to be vacated. Because in football, players play on teams who have used steroids and PEDs. In football, there's been Deflategate, but you don't say, you know what, let's take away that win. Let's take away that Super Bowl trophy. So I just have an issue when you say take away the
maybe it's no postseason for the next couple of years.
But just because they've already gotten their rings and celebrated the win doesn't mean they shouldn't face the consequences for their decisions.
And listen, we can't say with certainty they wouldn't have won the World Series without it, but they did set a record the year they won the World Series for most home runs and extra base hits at home in the postseason. Is that a coincidence? I'll let you make up your own mind. But Jay, Will, this is why all of this has to be combated, and this is why I scream and yell about something as simple as flopping. in basketball. Flopping is cheating. It is faking. It is trying to fake out someone who is trying to do something. And once you start on that slippery slope, don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing the acts. Right. But once you start, then where the hell does it stop? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's okay. You can do that, but you can't do that. I understand that not all crimes are the same.
How are we as adults who all have children, how are we going to sit there and preach to our kids throughout their lives, don't cheat. Cheating's not okay. Do not, and then have one of our major sports leagues kind of reward the team that cheated the ultimate goal. We can't do that.
You need something to significantly deter guys from engaging in this.
But like Greeny said, where the heck do you draw the line? That's the problem.
It's got to be a firm line.
We always call the Patriots champions.
Yeah.
Right? Like, nobody's like, oh, deflate me. Like, I just hear you.
I agree.
I feel like the cycle is so fast.
And we got to snap the cycle.
We can't remember what the hell we did yesterday.
But we got to snap the cycle. That's my point with Rob Manfred has to snap the cycle.
Well, we'll see what happens. If it does come out that there's some evidence of these electronic devices, this whole narrative is going to change.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.